Well, I'll start off like I do a lot of times, and when I do it, it's really heartfelt. I'd like to really thank our crowd. They didn't give up on us after, losing a tough game on Thursday night, in which obviously Oregon, always well coached, always a very hard playing team, and you know what? This year, especially for us, we have to play well to win, and we didn't. And but part of the bounce back is to feel like that you're supported, and that, especially here, that you have that magical feeling in McKale. And trust me, everybody feeds off of it, and we appreciate, the 14,000 people that were here, from the Zona Zoo to everybody from the highest seats to the lowest. And that was a big reason we won. But we had 21-second shots playing without Chase. I think that's all you need to know about the effort level we played with. Played an inspired, 2 hours of basketball. We weren't perfect, but there's nobody that can ever say that we didn't give everything that we had. 11 turnovers with 21-second shots. It's this simple. We shot 67 times, and they shot 49. And if you look at the free throws, it was about the same. So that many more shots is a big, big deal. And defensively, we didn't have the ability to protect the rim as easily, but I was happy with our defense. It's just when you don't have that size and length, a mistake it looks like somebody fell down sometimes. But our guys played really hard, and we learned a lot from Oregon. We worked hard to kind of go over that film and have individual meetings so that we could carry a few things into this game that we really needed. And again, easier said than done. That game ends, 9, 10 o'clock at night on a Thursday. It's a quick turnaround, and we were really prepared for the game, and I can't say enough about how hard our guys played.
How is Chase doing?
I think Chase is going to be okay. He's certainly going to be okay. It's just we'll know more over the next couple of days. We don't look at it as significant, meaning a disc or anything like that. I think he fell. His back went into spasms, which happens a lot of times on a big guy like that. But I think he was starting to feel even a little bit better late in the game. So we're hopeful that we can get him back for our next game, but we're not there yet.
See, for you guys, Oregon State had a run, got close, but you always have an answer. It happened a few times.
No doubt. We have a couple guys on our team that just are great guys, unbelievable teammates, really give us all that we could ever ask for, but aren't filled with confidence. Sometimes you have a player that maybe doesn't always bring it, or sometimes can care as much about himself as everybody else, but he's just super confident, right? You can't rattle him. But with our guys, there's like a give and take because, man, like a guy like Ryan Luther, who's just had a terrific game, I want him to shoot. It's almost like, hey, you could throw it off the backboard the next time. It's okay if you miss. And I think that giving him confidence and giving guys confidence is part of what we're trying to do, because you don't really have to question what they're trying to do out there. Sometimes we have to be a smarter team, especially to win these close games. But I go back to what I said at the beginning. If we don't play well, any team on our schedule is capable of beating us. If we play really well, we have a chance to win every game. And, I think for us, it's what can we control to be the best team that we can be. And there's a fine line there between demanding effort and giving guys confidence, practicing too hard, practicing not enough. So we're trying as a coaching staff and really as a group to get that delicate balance right.
You said you learned a lot from the Oregon game. What did you learn?
With our team right now, we have to be able to dribble penetrate. We have to be able to drive the ball. It does not really matter what defense you play against us. We have to create driving opportunities so that we can get to the free throw line. We can create a better overall look from the three-point line. Like, part of why tonight we were 13 for 27 is we were able to create some really good open three-point shots. You might say 27 is too much, but that's what the defense gave us, because very seldom did we ever just play catch around the perimeter or let that zone move us out. And, Oregon plays a different style of zone, and they're very good at what they do. But unless we can create those drives and those post catches, it's not enough offense for us.
Doesn't it also open up their defense and create offensive rebounding opportunities?
It does. And that didn't open up 21 offensive rebounds for us, but certainly 8, 7, whatever, 10 offensive rebounds happen because they're rotating. They're not set. And I know it just seems simple. They just drive around them, but that's part of the problem. Like, you have to create great ball movement, cutting first, and then once you do it, if you could get a matchup that you like and you get your guys to drive and then make good decisions, we were much better at that tonight than we were on Thursday. And I'll tell you, there are other games that we've done that well, but I would point towards our Baylor loss and Oregon loss as 2 offensive nights in which that didn't happen as much as it needed to. And maybe the next time we play Oregon, we won't do it again. I don't know. It could be their defense is that good, but we learned the lesson of what makes us the best team we can be on offense.
When Jeter went down, what were you thinking? And now we have to win without him. Any concerns like that? Or, oh no?
When it happens in the game, there's not really much you can do. You really rely on your system. For example, does Ryan Luther know how to play the 5? Well, that's really a function of what we do every day, because that's not his primary position. But to his credit, it's like an offensive lineman who plays guard. All of a sudden, in the middle of the second quarter, a couple tackles go down, and there's no other alternative, but all of a sudden you got to play tackle. Well, can you actually run the plays? Can you execute at a different position? And so Ryan Luther, not only did he play an excellent game, but seamlessly he really ran our system and did a good job. And that was part of why we won tonight.
Did you sense a different level of confidence from him tonight?
I did. I told him if I wasn't from Pittsburgh and him being from Pittsburgh, I would really question if they've ever taught him that sideline on the left side doesn't move. I swear that as good of a game as he played and as terrific as he was, he hasn't figured out that sideline doesn't move. He keeps stepping out of bounds. And that's one thing we got to correct for sure. I think he's got about 6 of those this year, and keeping his feet in bounds and not turning it over, because, again, we had 11 turnovers. That would have been 10, if he didn't just step out of bounds. But Ryan gives us every single thing that we ask. He's hard on himself. He's his own worst critic. The other analogy, he's that pitcher that sometimes he doesn't feel good, and all of a sudden he gets away from the strike zone. So we have to keep his confidence up, because when he plays well and he's confident, that's the best team that we've put on the court this year. And he's had quite a few games where he's played with a lot of confidence and well, and tonight was one of them.
You said you had individual meetings when you met with Justin. If you did over the last 4 years, was your message to him, you have to get into the lane and create for others?
He can't, and against Oregon, I think he scored from the three-point line 15 seconds into the game. And I don't know if he scored the rest of the game. Our team needs a little bit of a scoring punch from him. And you're right. Sometimes you can't always be the unselfish distributor on the perimeter. This year's team needs him to take the open 3. And you're right. We need him to be a penetrator, because that's his gift. He does that as well or better than anybody on our team. And I think our guys really feed off of his energy. He did it. And, again, I credit Oregon, but they limited his penetration and they limited his ability to score. And you could see it just didn't feel right. So, for us, those 2 guys, one thing you forget, they're seniors, but they haven't played here for very long. And they're seeing these styles for the first time, like a freshman. And I think that as we keep moving forward, they'll both continue to grow and be more comfortable. That's my hope.
What are your thoughts on Coleman being able to reach 1,000 points for his career?
He took a hard path to get there, but I know it means a lot to him. He had the ball in his hands and at the end of the game. So, scoring 1,000 points if you're him, I'm sure he dreamed of doing that as a little guy in Alabama, worked his whole life to be a college player, and he doesn't do it because of his great athleticism or his great size. You know, more than any guy on our team, he loves the game. He really does. He works at the game. He's always in the gym, and I think a big reason that he wanted to finish his career here is he wanted to play on that big stage again and see what he could do. And as you know, he's very, very important to our team, not only on the court, but his leadership and who he is as a person. Our guys really feed off of him.
As a side note, what were your impressions of Oregon State as a whole? Trust did a good job scoring, but the other guys not so much.
You know, the Thompson brothers and Trace, they really are maybe the best group of 3 players that we have in the Pac-12. I mean, as much as I like to think we did a good job on them, they combined for 49 points. You know, they're hard to stop. And, you know, their shot blocker, he does a really good job. I know he's leading the nation in blocks. Kyler Kelly, he had 3 again here tonight. And, you know, you put him in the middle with those guys and that experience, you know, Oregon State is a very capable team. So without Chase, grateful to win. If you think about 2 of our home wins have come without Justin Coleman and without Chase Jeter. And both of those games were just really tough. And our team has a big heart. It's we don't always play well. We have a lot of holes, but, you know, as long as we continue to play really hard and work, we'll keep improving, and, you know, we'll be a tough team for teams to beat.
We were talking about Dylan playing possibly 4 a lot and then started him tonight. Is that something you might keep doing, starting with him in there? And then going small?
The 3 players that really play that position right now for us are Dylan Smith, Ryan Luther, who has to play more, and then Ira Lee. And I would say Ira, that's the biggest adjustment of the 3 for him. It's a different way of playing. You know, again, against Oregon, it was a tough first game for him to play more minutes there, both on offense and defense. And but it was a great learning experience for him, and certainly he has enough talent to do it. We just have to get him there and get him more comfortable.
With Chase, did Chase possibly ding his shoulder or arm or anything? Or
No, just his back.